Hi, Matt with etrailer, and today we're talking about the Titan chains with twist link, V-bars, and cams on our 2023 Jeep Gladiator. Now we're going to have this on our rear axle, as what the manual recommends, and our tire size is going to be 255, 70, R18. So let's check them out. These are going to be a great set of chains for you if you're looking for something that's going to get you through a lot of snow and ice, through those more extreme conditions. And what's going to give you that ability is going to be these V-bars and twist links. The way that is designed is those V-bars are going to get you that extra bite through the ice, and the twist links also going to assist with that too. Now these are going to be a little bit of larger chains. You might have a few spots that are going to be close. One spot that you might get kind of close is some of your suspension back here. And you can see the distance here isn't great. And a lot of times Jeep does recommend more of a Class S chain for these, but as you can see, we still have plenty of space to drive with these. Just definitely be mindful when you're going on the road and keep an eye on them and check them every once in a while. We're also going to have this ladder pattern, and that ladder pattern is going to help give you more traction when you're going and stopping. And then in the center, we're going to have these cams, and what those cams do is they help you get a little bit more tension out of these chains rather than trying to get it on the right links when you're tightening everything at the bottom. There's just an easier way to tighten everything up. They're also going to be constructed from a nickel alloy, so they're going to be very durable and weather resistant, so they're not going to be likely to rust up with over time. And these are going to come 2 to a set, and they're going to have this included tool to tighten down those cams. Now they're going to come in this bag that's going to be pretty light duty, more of this canvas material. Really, this probably isn't going to last you very long. You might put your chains in here maybe 1 or 2 times. And you're going to notice this bag is going to start ripping because when you throw those chains in there, if they're a little wet, those V-bars are really going to tear through this material. So what I recommend doing is just investing in a small tote to keep your chains in. Overall, it's going to be a solid option for you if you're looking for something to get you through those extreme conditions. Now, if you're not a fan of how close they do sit to the suspension, we do have some more Class S chains on our website, and some of those do have the square links that will still get you more bite. But if you need those chains for extreme conditions, this is going to be one of the best options for you. If you're curious about the installation, it's pretty straightforward. Some spots can get a little tricky when you're trying to get underneath there, but if you need a hand with it, just stay tuned and we'll walk you through it. To start off the installation, I recommend grabbing some gloves. It'll make this a lot easier. And if you are doing this for the first time at home, I recommend just staying at home, getting them on there because you don't want to have to figure this out on the side of the road in the middle of a blizzard. But the first thing we're going to check to see if there's any damages to our links. If our links look pretty good, we want to make sure this is in the right orientation. So we want to make sure that this hook is facing up, so it's away from our tire, so it doesn't damage it. And right next to that, we want to make sure that our cams are on the outside, furthest away from our tire. Once all that looks good, I'm going to come to the center, pick them up, and drape them over a tire. And with them over here, I like to make sure everything is pretty even. Nothing's hanging down too low, making contact with our rim. And everything's going to be pretty easy to grab on the backside of our tire. Once you're back here, we're going to grab this side with the hook, and we're going to grab the side with the links, and we're going to pull them towards each other. Now this might take a few tries because we want to make sure we get a good snug fit back here, but we don't want it to be too tight where we can't get an even tightness on the front. On the front side, it's going to be a little bit of a different connection. What we want to do is push this whole hook through one of these links, whatever you can get it through. That one's a little bit too tight. I'm going to go to the one right next to it, pull down on it, and connect it to this separate link. So that's secured down. Now this is still kind of loose, so what we're going to do now is grab this tool, and this tool is to tighten down each one of these cams. All you gotta do to tighten it down is just twist it over and repeat that for each one until this feels pretty nice and snug. After when this feels pretty tight, you're not too worried about it. What I recommend, now this isn't required, you can put on a rubber tensioner. It's something that we do encourage because what a rubber tensioner does is it applies pressure when you're driving down the road when your chains kind of loosen up some. So this is just going to ensure just a little bit more tension when you're driving. And the way you want to put this on is in a star pattern. And then you want to make sure these hooks are facing away from your tire so they don't puncture it. And then we'll do one last tug test, make sure nothing's moved. And after that, we'll just repeat that process on the other side. After when both chains are fully tightened down, I recommend just pulling forward or backing up some, just to make sure nothing's moving or loosening up. But if they look good, then you go take it out on the road. That was just a look at the tightened chains with cams on our 2023 Jeep Gladiator. Thanks for watching.